landed in Scottsdale, Arizona to train with the man, the myth, the legend, Parker McLaughlin, or as many of you may know him as the Short Game Chef. He's the hottest short game coach on tour and has trained with pros like Colin Morikawa, Tom Kim, and Sam Burns. And today was the short game lesson of a lifetime because we go through all the hard shots that's probably giving you the most strokes to your game. This includes downhill chips, uphill chips, hard pan shots depending on pin placement, flop shots in the different types, crazy bunker shots, and the infamous 50-yard shot. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are we waiting for? Let's start cooking, S2. Let's go.
Yeah, so yesterday we did some vanilla pitch shots, some sort of stock standard bunker shots. Today, we're gonna start on like a severe downhill lie.
Yeah.
I know you struggle with this shot, and we're gonna try to get you, the right recipes to be able to execute this shot a little bit easier.
Okay, cool, sounds good.
All right, so first thing we gotta do, right? When we have a big slope like this, especially a down slope, we wanna lean with that slope, okay?
Yeah.
Now, it changes when we get to like a severe upslope. Yeah. Okay, so when we talk about severe slopes, okay, we wanna get our weight going with the down slope. But as we get looking at a severe upslope, if I get my weight going with this slope, where am I now gonna bottom out? It's gonna be way back here. So as I get my weight going with this severe upslope, I've either gotta really change my ball position, or I actually need to change where my weight positioning is. So I'm not gonna, on a severe downslope, we're always gonna lean with the slope. Severe upslope, you can lean with the slope, but then you gotta change your ball position, or another way to do it is to actually lean into the slope with the severe upslope.
I see.
But downslope, we will never go downslope and lean, we'll never lean into the downslope.
Okay.
We will always lean with the downslope.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's rule number one, is we got to get our shoulder plane and our weight positioning with the downslope.
Okay. Sounds good. So if I were to here, it would just be like
Yep.
this.
So you're gonna feel like your shoulder plane, everything is kind of with that slope. So there should be 5-7% of pressure on your trail foot.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Probably 90 to 93% there.
And then just the vanilla shot.
So yeah, so what you're gonna probably have to hinge it just a little bit more.
Okay.
If you went super shallow, you're gonna run into some of this on the way down.
Okay.
So you're probably gonna have to feel a little more hinge, a little bit more release.
A little more hinge, a little bit more release.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Just a little bit, not a ton. Good. So I've contact was really good. So everything about this lie is saying that the ball is going to come out fast or slow.
Fast.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do we got to do? We got to find other ways to soften the ball speed. So first way of doing it, club face. Don't keep it square.
Yeah.
Open that thing up to soften the ball speed. That was a great looking shot, but it came out too fast.
Yeah.
So we got to open that face up. So lean with the slope, really get, that's really good. Yep, there you go.
And then a slight hinge. And
Slight
then
hinge and slight release. You got it.
Oh.
Okay, so
release.
you got it. Well, yeah.
For me.
So it's the release with the hands, but here's what I don't want you to do. That one there was more backing out of it, getting your weight on your trail foot.
And would you say, like, you know how we're pretty much even keel here on the back on the vanilla, but for this one it's back and then a little bit here.
Yes.
And then back again and then a little bit here.
Yeah, so it's just an ever so slight hinge and ever so slight release. We're still trying to, on this shot, you're trying to actively release this thing to feel like you're getting the shaft back to close to neutral, right?
Okay.
Because if you come in here like that first one, that ball's coming out hot, right?
Yeah.
We gotta actively unload so that I can start to put some softness to this golf ball. We gotta have softness here.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so club face. Yep, more weight. There you go. And one of the important things is, like, it's always taking a practice swing.
Yeah.
Just to see where you're starting to sort of bottom out, right? So go ahead and take a couple practice swings. Good, so that was like right on it. That's great.
Okay.
Okay, so that's probably too much speed. Yeah, too much speed.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Because at the end of the day, here's what I want you to pay attention to. For this shot, because it's all kind of running away, we're trying to land it about here.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paces.
Yeah.
What does a 7-yard shot look like? It's probably not going to be that fast, right? There's going to be a little bit more softness in your pace and in your tempo, right?
Yeah.
There you go, like more something like that. That was much better. So setup conditions got to be good. Club face has got to be open. Little hinge, little release. Nice. Now that one will keep running out, right?
Yeah, and I also kind of went back on my weight.
Yeah. So, but that got to pin high. To me, that's an okay shot. I would say, just watch your aim, which I don't think we were paying that much attention to.
Oh yeah, here you go. Good here.
There you go. Good. So pressure forward, shoulder tilts. Gonna feel
way.
more like that.
Rather than.
Yep. It's gonna feel like the opposite of your driver.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now that one actually came out soft with spin.
Yeah.
So like you can see the progression, right? We had one that was super heater over the green.
Yep.
Then you had one where you kind of fell back and we're trying to give it height.
Yeah.
And you bladed.
Yeah.
The next one was the right sort of distance, but off on the line. That one there was actually soft with a bunch of spin. We're starting to like progress in the proper way. That was nice. I think on bunker shots and on downhill sort of chips and pitches, that's always going to be the amateur's tendency, is to want to try to add height, loft, whatever it might be, to the golf ball through the hitting zone. We don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Let's add all the height and softness at setup so that you can just make a nice and normal swing. You don't feel like you have to, right at the very last second, fall back and try to add some height, because that never works out well.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Really good.
Yeah, I got to trust that I got to go like down rather than up.
Yeah, rather than doing this,
Yeah.
right? It's almost like you just have to just sort of like stay in it.
Yeah, stay in it
Right?
for sure.
And just allow that club head to sort of pass your hands on the way down.
Yeah.
Nice, super soft, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another little trick. So do you ever feel like your right knee is getting in the way a little bit?
This one, yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so here's what tour players will do. Is that on this downslope, tour players will get in here and we'll drop our right leg back, our right foot back just a little bit. Because as I'm on this slope, you can see from down the camera line here, like you can see if I'm just fairly square, like this knee is 3 inches out in front of my back knee because this knee's on more of the slope.
Yeah.
So I will drop this right foot back just to give my hands a little bit more space on the backstroke.
Okay. Would you say it's coming out in line or a little shallower?
No, it's going to be a little bit more out in the backstroke here.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Coming kind of across?
Barely.
Barely.
I wouldn't try to be like, hey, I'm really going to cut across it.
Okay.
So drop that right foot back.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Wow, look at all the spin on that one.
Dang.
It's pretty good, right?
Stops on a dime.
Yeah, stopping on a dime for like straight downslope.
And then for aiming, I know this is a little more open. Is it similar to like, since it's, I know I'm not like doing a crazy like bunker, and so would it's like, I guess when I'm aiming, where would I be aiming with it?
Yeah, so I think that's where you kind of get that path to go a little bit more out.
Oh, I see. So then.
Yep, so then it's going to kind of offset where that club face is kind of aiming. Because I don't really want that shaft to really lay down that much in here.
Got it.
It's going to be, I'm going to still feel like this thing is a little bit more out to in, and that's going to help offset the open face.
Gotcha. Okay.
Plus, you're also actively throwing it with your hands more than we would with other shots.
Okay.
And that's helping to square that club face back up again. So drop that right foot back, good. Beautiful. Dude, pretty darn good for a downhill lie when you said that's like one of your struggle shots.
Yeah, I would always, I think, yeah, similar. I would always just go back and then skull it, so.
Yeah, so I think, but that's understandable why you would do that, because you'd set the face so square, you'd lean a little with the slope, and then the handle would go forward.
Yeah.
So everything about what you're doing is saying that this ball is going to come out fast.
Yep.
And so you'd be like, at the last second, you'd be like, oh, I don't want it to come out fast. Let me lean back. And that would then compromise where you'd enter the ground,
Gotcha.
which would then compromise the shot. It would be a drop kick blade,
Yeah.
right?
Gotcha.
So you really got to be diligent on your setup to make sure you got the face open, make sure you got the shaft in the right spot, not too far forward, shoulder tilts. You got to make sure that weight's in the front foot, and then from there you can just be like, I'm just going to hinge and release and let the club do the work, right?
For the quick question on the hinge and release, what is the purpose of the hinge, and then what is the purpose of the release? If I were to do it like without any of that, what would happen?
So if you were, so if you just went like super shallow, you may bottom out a little earlier,
Oh,
right?
I see. Got it.
So like we just want to get it coming up just a little bit. But we're also, we're still trying to provide softness to this.
Yeah.
And so the more that I can hinge and throw, I'm actively trying to get a little more softness with the hinge and the throw.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Hinge and release. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. You feel pretty good on these?
Yeah, relatively. I get now
Sweet.
you just grind 1,000 a day. And
Why don't we try some upslopes now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, so uphill now.
Yeah. So so exact opposite, right? We just went super downhill. Now we're going super upslope.
Yeah.
So super upslope, you have two options here.
Gotcha.
You can either lean with the slope, right, and maybe take something less lofted,
Okay.
pitching wedge, and it will still come out high. Or you can lean into the slope. Okay.
What do the pros do?
It's so like Matt Kuchar's a good buddy of mine. He tells me he always leans with the slope. So he will, like a shot like this, he will lean with the slope and grab a pitching wedge or a 9-iron.
Gotcha.
So he can then get access to the height and softness with a pitching wedge or 9-iron because he's leaning so much with this slope. This is probably a 30-degree slope we're on, right? Now, there's other players that don't feel that comfortable doing that. That they want to lean more into the slope, hit ball first, use a 60-degree or their highest lofted wedge, and just trust that they're going to be able to get some spin with it.
Okay.
So we can try both ways.
All right.
I would just put pressure forward, and the main feeling is just to make sure that your sternum is sort of right on top of that golf ball.
Okay.
Yeah, and once you're in this setup position, I don't want a ton of movement with the low body.
Okay, gotcha.
Real quiet.
And then it's club face.
Club face can be square to slightly open.
And then vanilla shot on this, or?
Yep. Close.
Yeah, I gotta do this again.
Okay. So good contact. Ball's just coming out a little bit hot. So what are your, when that ball is coming out too fast like that, it shouldn't come out that fast from this upslope, right? So if it's coming out too fast, what are your solutions to start to soften that golf ball?
Open the club face a little bit.
Good. What else?
I could slow down the speed.
Good. What else?
The backswing.
No.
Um,
Shaft positioning.
shaft positioning.
Yeah, starting to lean too far forward.
Like this. I
Yep.
see.
So it looks like you're hitting a 50-degree.
Got it.
So get that shaft a little more neutral, and now you have a chance to, be able to provide, and this club face too. There you go. There you go. I thought that was perfect. Went in.
I guess it is perfect.
Dude, that was a great shot.
Boom! Let's go. Okay, that was kind of insane. I think I've only ever chipped one shot in my life, and having that happen right after a new change is pretty awesome. And if you thought that shot was awesome, definitely stay tuned until the end, because the Short Game Chef shows me even more recipes to hit tough shots, including flop shots, bunker shots, and even that weird 50-yard shot that everyone should be getting right. But the best ingredient for success for your short game is going down below and subscribing and liking this video. Each one of you who do allows me to bring all of the greatest golf coaches in the entire world on this channel to provide exclusive tips and secrets for all of you. And I am manifesting it right now. If you hit that like and subscribe, your next round, yeah, you're gonna chip it in to win a bet from your buddies. Win, win, win.
So it's just, for you, it's going to be about trusting that club face can be a little bit open.
Yeah.
Right? You get yourself in a good setup spot, open the face, neutralize the shaft, that ball's going to come out higher, softer with some spin on it too. Like you're actually spinning the golf ball now, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of a first for you. So I think for your upslope, you know, we can try and lean with the slope now, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
You'll
Should
see
I get a 9 iron or?
Well, why don't you try it with this first?
Oh, okay. Let's do this.
So now your ball position's going to have to move here, right? So
little.
So look at the slope here. I want you to match your shoulders and your weight. There you go, just like that. Now, where does it feel like the ball position? You're going to enter back here, it looks like.
Yeah, so should I be
Correct. Yep.
all the way over here?
Yep. So
And
leaning
then
with the slope.
shaft lean.
Shaft lean's going to be, yeah, still neutral. Doesn't need to be back.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, you're going to have to make a little bit of a bigger swing.
And then square face or?
Let's just go slightly open.
Okay, slightly open.
Yep. So you can see it comes out a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Right? Because you are sort of leaning with the slope and sort of utilizing the slope in your favor. Nice. I actually think this is a really good solution for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Because I think that, you know, as you lean too far forward, you have a tendency of just getting that ball coming out too low.
Yeah.
That's kind of a nice height in my mind.
Yep.
Height, spin, all that stuff was really good with that one there.
Okay, sounds good.
So this could be a really good option, and that's why I always tell people, it's like try the different options and see what works best for you.
Yeah.
Right? You're the owner, you're the CEO of your own game. So like, what works best for you?
Would you say that dependent on the lie, one technique is good for the other, or is it more or less the same shot and it's just your feel on both of them?
You mean as far as like both on uphill lies or uphill and downhill?
Both on uphill lies, but dependent on the the lie on that uphill lie, would one be better or the other, or
Yeah.
much?
So I mean, if you've got a lie that's sitting down like that,
Yeah.
you're gonna want to make sure that you're catching ball first here.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's sitting bare or whatever it might be, you're gonna want to make sure that you catch ball first. So you're gonna want to lean more forward.
Gotcha.
Right? And you're gonna understand, I got an uphill lie,
Yeah.
but I'm sort of offsetting it by leaning forward, hitting more down on it. Ball's gonna come out medium fast. Right?
Yep.
Now, if you've got a great lie, you can kind of lean back and allow this slope to kind of work for you to help create some softness.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
in a bad lie, you're going to want to catch that ball first to have it be a little bit more consistent of a strike.
Gotcha. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, you just gotta trust yourself to hit it hard enough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing right now, right? You got all these things. You got slope working to soften the ball,
Yeah.
club face working to soften it, shaft position working to soften it.
Yep.
Now you just got to trust that you can hit it harder.
Gotcha. And then there is slightly chunked it, and that's maybe like I shouldn't really be moving anything in the lower body.
I mean, it's very minimal.
Very minimal.
Very
Got it.
minimal. Yeah, I want you to feel real quiet. Beautiful. Best one yet. Dude, that was super good.
Yeah, that was good. Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just need to trust that even if I go farther, it's not going to go like shoot
Right.
out like
so
my
I
regular
mean,
shot.
yeah. So when you're standing on this,
Yeah.
you got to know, like, we're on a 30% slope,
Yeah.
upslope, right? So you're gonna have to hit it harder.
Yeah.
When you're on a 30% downslope, you're gonna have to swing a little slower. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to open the club face, lean the shaft back, just in order to soften that ball speed, because off a 30% downslope, that ball wants to come out fast.
Yeah.
So you got to do things actively in your setup and in your swing to soften that ball speed properly. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense for sure.
Yeah. So here on this upslope, you got to actively do something to swing harder to get this ball to come out faster, because your normal tendency is like, well, it's still a 10-yard shot. I'm going to make a 10-yard swing. It's like, well, you're making a 10-yard swing, but it's going 6
Yeah.
because you've got this upslope working in the favor of softening the golf ball.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense?
Yep. 100%.
Cool.
Okay, this is the bane to my existence, but we're gonna come out of it good. All right,
Dude, so
Parker.
yeah, I mean, this is like, a really difficult spot.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt about it. Now, I would play this shot 2 different ways, depending on where the pin is.
Okay.
Okay, so close pin, I'm going to try to play this more like a bunker shot to try to get some height and softness.
Okay.
To a further pin, I'm going to play this more back of my stance, ball first, try to get really good contact, but understanding that I can hit something lower to a back pin. To this front pin, I'm not going to really be able to go ball position back and try to hit down on it and hit the ball, make the ball come out fast. I'm not going to be able to really do that here. So I'm going to play this one more like a bunker shot. So let's go close one first.
Bunker shot.
Yeah.
Being like this and
Correct.
then releasing it under.
Yeah. Now, you got to remember that there's really not much under here, right? Like you can see how firm it is.
Yep.
So the key that we gotta remember here is that we need to create a significant amount of steepness into the golf ball. Okay. So it's going to feel super hingy, super steep down into it. So you got to really create that, because I guarantee you, like there's soil under here. Look.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Your job is you got to get access to that. Okay.
Gotcha.
So you're more concerned on this one with the steep.
Okay. Got it.
Not going to be much follow through. Don't try to go like big follow through here, right? Because you're coming so steep, you're done.
You're done. Okay.
You're done. It's not here and then like a big old pretty follow through.
Okay, gotcha. This.
There you go.
And not even. Maybe
Yeah, that was very close though.
Okay.
Yep. That's the thought. Now, understand this is going to come out fast, right? Firm is going to come out fast. I want you to just try to literally land this thing right about here.
Okay.
So in your mind, it's about a 5 or 6 yard shot. Now, just pay attention to the speed.
Yeah.
Okay?
So you could do.
It's up and
steep,
down, but not quite as fast.
but slow.
Yep.
Like this.
Perfect. There you go. All you're trying to do is land it a foot short of the green. Straight up and down. Okay, don't lean back on it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yep.
Would my setup also be like we did?
You can get more. You can get more. Yeah, you can get a little more pressure there, a little more tilt in the shoulders to get your low point, because you entered pretty far back there.
Yeah.
Just straight up and down. Hinge it up, release it out. Good, dude. Okay.
Okay.
That's usable right there.
That's on the green.
Absolutely.
That's not 50 yards over.
Yeah. But again, like you can see how much sort of steepness and deepness you're creating here.
Yeah.
That's what we want. If this thing is just skimming across the top, it's going to bounce.
Yep.
Right? The bounce of the club will get in, it'll bounce up, and you'll blade it over the green. That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
So you got to create the ability to get down and underneath this soil. That's really the key here.
Would you say that if we were an uphill or downhill with this lie, that's a little more of a hinge?
Yeah, well, this I mean, right now you're hinging it a lot.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. Perfect shot.
Yeah.
Dude, that was money.
Yeah, that's
Right?
the one. That's
Okay, now look, that was probably your deepest one yet. Right? So you
Yeah.
focused, like your shoulders were tilted, you got super steep, minimal follow through.
Yeah, for sure.
That thing came out perfect, didn't it?
Yeah. I was like, I need to like be a little more stable here and just kind of just think that it's up and down rather
Up
than
and
trying
down.
to do all this other stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it simple.
Perfect.
I think one of the themes that you're gonna take away from this week is that it's just like, I'm all about keeping it simple, right? We don't need to overcomplicate short game, right? We don't need excess movements. We want to keep it simple.
Cool.
So now, let's go to that far pin.
Okay.
Slightly different philosophy here,
Yeah.
because we don't necessarily need to play it like a bunker shot.
Okay.
We can hit more ball first. You can put it back in your stance, and you can just say, all right, I'm going to fly this, 8-10 yards on the green. It's going to come in low, and it'll kind of chase back to the hole.
Okay. Sounds good. Vanilla shot then.
Yeah, it'll be kind of like back of your stance.
Yep.
A little more. Yeah, right there. Perfect shot. So I think the key for you, and tell me if I'm wrong, but the key for you seems to be like when you pay attention to that low body, staying nice and quiet on these shots, you hit some really good ones.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think like for me, since my lower body is pretty active with my full swing, I've always been like transitioning into my short game, and it's gotten me in trouble. So
Yeah, again, it's about keeping it simple. So if we can remove one variable, yes, these will move. But I can't have them going this way.
Yeah.
And then now they're activating too much.
Yeah.
What did that last one feel like? Just sort of like clippy, right? Like
Yeah. I mean, the main thing was just, I feel like I kind of had to make sure and cognizant that this was not moving, and I was just like rotating
Yep.
through, as like you were saying with our vanilla shot, just like using this as the source of power.
Yeah.
And so it was just, and then through.
Perfect.
One
Perfect.
variable. Essentially.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of, that's your sort of recipe for being able to play these couple of shots. I think the leg part of it translates into other parts of your short game that you need to always pay attention to.
Yeah.
But for these shots, one, we went straight up and straight down.
Yeah.
Minimal follow through. The other one was more about setup, right? It was more about like ball position way back, handle forward.
Yep.
And then I just wanted you to stay quiet here and just make sure that you were catching that ball first and you could get to that back pin. Make sense? Yeah, so in my view, the flop shot is a cousin to the bunker shot. Okay? So, and what I mean by that is they both have similar release patterns. Okay? So the hands are going to be much more playful in this shot versus, like, when I say that, I mean hinging and releasing.
Okay.
Whereas some of our other shots, it's a little bit more body oriented. This shot's going to be way more hands and arms oriented.
Okay.
So you're going to have some freedom and some play with your hands and your wrists.
So it's the same motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very similar motion. Obviously, we're not going to hit it quite as hard.
Okay.
Right? In the bunker, we got a lot of resistance in the sand.
Yeah.
Here, not quite as much resistance. So I don't need to swing quite as hard at this one. There you go. Perfect. Let's give it a go. Up and over this tree onto the green. Whoa, look at him go. Dude, that was brilliant. Nice work. Come on. First shot out of the gate. That was awesome. So, if you can get good at this one, then we'll go flop shots out of bad lies.
Yeah.
Right now I'm giving you good lies. But flop shots out of bad lies then becomes even trickier.
And then lower body, same. Is it just very quiet?
Quiet.
And would you say the pressure is a lot more in the front?
Yeah, you could put the pressure a little more in the front. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't mind that.
Oh, a little diggy.
Ooh, close. You're getting some nice height, like the release pattern from like how we worked on the release pattern yesterday in the bunker to now. It looks a lot more just sort of comfortable and not quite as forced. Yesterday was like learning a brand new thing.
Yeah.
Today it looks a lot more comfortable for you.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Like both those shots had great height on it. You released them just right. I think we're off to a good start. Nice, dude.
Oh,
Very
now
good.
I just need to get a little more power.
Yeah.
Get it on.
Yeah, and I think, as we keep doing this, you'll start to figure out where, like, is it too much steepness?
Yeah.
Or, do I need to feel like I'm almost swinging up at it too?
Yeah.
This one I want you to, rather than setting your shoulders in there and like weight forward, get a little more neutral, and then I want you to feel like without hanging back, I want you to feel like you're hitting up on this one.
Gotcha. Would you say the entry point is like just a little bit
For
behind?
sure, it's for sure like an inch behind it.
Okay, got it.
Half an inch to an inch behind it. Dude, that's so nice. You just need like 2 more feet further, right, of speed.
Yeah, 2 more feet.
And that lands on the green. Like that's still really, really good. Like you're doing a nice job of it. So give me just a fraction more speed without going fast in transition.
Oh, I was trying to dig it.
You were, weren't you?
I felt that.
Yeah, the hands got going like too far forward at address.
Yeah.
Right? And then everything just kind of went up and then just straight down. Again, the thought process is if I get going too diggy, I want to feel like I'm going to be here and then almost swinging up at it.
Okay, got it.
Ooh, man. So you could tell, right? That one you were not diggy, right? That one you went right underneath it. Like that was nice. I think I gave you too good of a lie there.
Yeah. Is that what you should feel like? Like way under it and not like hitting?
You should not. I mean, in my view, there's 2 types of flop shots.
Okay.
There's what I call a risky flop shot, which is the one you kind of see like Phil Mickelson playing, where it looks like a big old huge swing. Here, I'll demonstrate.
Let's see the master.
Okay. All right. So the two flop shots that I see most commonly is kind of that Phil Mickelson big, huge, risky flop shot, right? Where it's like feet are really wide.
Yeah.
Hands are low. It looks like a bunker shot, right? Now, I'll take a huge divot here. You never know if it's going to be good or bad, right? Because it's like I'm taking so much turf. Now, with the other one, I call it more of a reliable flop shot. And so with the reliable flop shot, I actually get closer to it. My hands are a little higher. And I just go up and down with it. But I feel like the toe is engaging a lot more. And it's not going to be quite as deep as this one. Make sense?
Yep.
So like I just changed, like my feet are closer together, hands a little higher. Club face is open, but it's also back. Right? Whereas in the risky flop shot, I'm down here, a lot of engagement with the heel of the club, which is going to dig.
Yep.
And it's just like I could pull off a miracle shot.
Yeah.
Or I could make a fool of myself.
Gotcha.
And so if I would say that the risky one comes into play well if it's like something like this where it's like a really bad lie, right? And it's sitting way down. And it's like, man, I got nothing, right? I mean, that's probably almost too bad of a lie. Let's just go there. I got nothing. My best option is just a miracle shot. And it's like, okay, awesome. Like I got it almost onto the green. That was amazing from that lie.
Yeah.
That's where I would play that shot.
Gotcha.
If I had no other real option.
When I'm hinging it, am I doing this too extreme where I'm like this, or is it more like, I guess it's this way rather than this way?
Yeah, but it can still work around you. It doesn't have to be so far outside. Whoa, look at him go. Dude, that was brilliant. So
We are back on the beach.
hey man, that's where I was born. I once had a caddy, my rookie year on the PGA Tour. Had this caddy and I had hit the ball into the bunker on my second shot. And I was so frustrated, right? Because I was in the middle of the fairway and I was so frustrated. And he looks at me, and his nickname was Hoss. But it was because he called everybody Hoss.
Yeah.
And so he's like, it's okay, Hoss. He's like, you love the sand. You were born on the sand. Because I grew up in Hawaii. You were born on the sand, Hoss. You love the sand. I gave him the club, and I was like, man, that just totally changed my attitude. I went, hit the bunker shot to like this, made par, and all of a sudden I had my momentum back.
Yeah.
Versus going down the rabbit hole of like, can't believe I pulled that iron shot. Now I'm in the bunker, and you go down the spiral into the wrong direction.
Yeah, for sure.
That one comment is like, man, you love the sand. Now all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, you're right, man. I do love the sand. Take that attitude. Sometimes that little bit of a change in attitude can really help a player's bunker game.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, that's my philosophy for the day. Now we'll get back to some technique.
Love it.
All right, so dude, we found ourselves with a fried egg. One of the more difficult shots in golf.
Yeah.
It freaks people out. It's you get up here and you have the attitude of like, really? This is gonna happen to me again?
Yeah.
This is how my day's going. On and on and on, right? Now, if we can get you the right recipe, you can then all of a sudden turn it around and be like, yo, I'm gonna show off to my friends. So let's go show off to the friends right now.
Let's go.
All right, so similar to what we did in the hard pan desert. Super steep on the backswing.
Okay.
Super steep coming into the golf ball.
Yep.
Minimal follow through. And just like you did, feet were closer together. You got closer to the ball. Face can be, it depends on how far you're hitting it, but face can be square to open. And it's the same thing, right? You see, like it looks like that ball is all the way at the bottom. Yes?
Yep.
But how much, like that ball is basically at the bottom of the sand.
Yes.
You think there's any sand under there?
Not really. Oh, I guess a little more. Yep. Way more. I thought it was a trick question, guys.
There's so much sand under there. Okay? So, like I said earlier, your job is to get access to this sand that's under there. But you can tell, like, it's different colored, and it's really compacted with, it's wet.
Yeah.
Right? Sprinklers spray this bunker, so it's really compacted and it's wet. So it's hard to get access to that sand. but there is sand there.
Yeah.
So your job is to get access to that sand, all right?
Yep.
And we're going to do that through your steepness.
Got it.
All right. Show off for me. Okay. So you got access to it.
Relax on the.
You got access to it, but you smashed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how far are we trying to carry this ball?
Right here.
Literally onto the fringe.
Yeah.
How far is that? 4 yards for the people that can't see?
Yeah.
4 yards.
4 yards.
Okay, so what's a 4-yard swing gonna look and feel like? Because obviously you could feel that, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like into the sand, boom, and it kind of comes out faster.
Yeah.
So you got to understand as you build this steepness, ball's gonna want to come out fast.
Yeah.
So you don't need to really hit this that hard.
Got it.
Remember how when you figured it out in the desert,
Yeah.
it was just like up and down. Remember that key?
Yep. Perfect.
Yep. Let's see it. Up and down. Land this right on the fringe. Come on. Come on.
I love it.
How's he doing? Second shot.
To all my friends out there, I'm showing off for you guys.
That's right.
I love it.
So now when you find yourself in a plug bunker, you can be like, oh, dude, I'm going to show off. People think I'm toast. I'm going to show off.
We're in Hawaii, guys. We're in Hawaii.
That's right.
Just chilling.
All right, straight up, straight down. Nice, dude. That was even better.
Yeah. Now I just need to figure out the softness and.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
dude, in 3 shots, you've now hit it to 2 feet out of the bunker, out of a plugged lie. What? Dude, I'm telling you, these recipes.
They work. It's insane. I love it. I mean, that was
Dude,
awesome.
I mean, it's.
I mean,
So now
that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy, right?
that's
So
easy.
let's go one more. Let's go to this pin right over here.
3 times the charm.
Nice, dude. Now, if you were to get in a plug bunker lie and you were to hit that shot out and have a 10-footer for par,
I'm not complaining.
you're not complaining, right?
Not complaining.
Like
at
you
all.
can do better than that. I know you can.
Yeah.
But dude, 10-footer for par out of a plug lie?
Yeah.
Dude, in my book, it's like, yeah, that's a win,
That's
right? You're saving
100%.
yourself at least half a shot, maybe a full shot against everybody else who's playing from a plug bunker lie.
Yeah. That's awesome. I've never actually known how to get out of that.
It's not that hard.
I know.
You just have to use the sort of physics in the right way,
Yeah.
right? Like you can't make the same bunker swing as you would if the ball was teed up.
Yeah.
You can't make the same swing.
100%.
You got to change. You got to adapt.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of adapting, we're going to go to a bad downhill bunker lie.
Let's do it.
Okay, so downhill bunker lies, right? These are like some of the most difficult shots in golf.
Yeah.
Similar to like a downhill lie in general, you're going to get shoulder tilts, your weight position going with the slope.
Okay.
First and foremost, because we got to own where we're going to enter the sand. We
Yes.
got to own this line, right? If you lean backwards, you're going to enter back in here.
Yeah.
That's no good. You're never going to hit a good shot from there. So you got to make sure that your shoulder tilts and your weight positioning are in the right spot.
Okay.
Okay. Ball position's important here as well, right? Because as I lean more, you look at me from behind, as I lean more with the slope, I can't have the ball position still be back here because now I'm going to enter over here.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure that that ball position is in the right spot.
Like here.
There you go. Good.
And then same swing as a.
Yeah, you're gonna have to feel like you release it more, right?
Release it more.
Because this ball is going to want to come out fast. So a little bit more release to
And less hinge than the.
more hinge. No, same hinge.
Oh, sorry, than that one.
Yeah, a little bit less than the
Which is
plug bunker shot.
Okay.
But yeah, I still want hinge. I still want release. Weight forward. Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Can't do any better than that, dude.
Yeah, I just gotta trust. And I mean,
Yeah,
this is the
talk.
thing.
Yeah, talk the feelings out. What,
Yeah,
what,
I
what
just
did it
need
feel like?
and I'm just gonna keep going back to this. Is just training not to do this.
Yep.
To try to get it up. That's I think the #1 problem for me. And when I'm
And
cognizant.
you're not the only one.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. That's
There's
what-
millions of amateurs across the country and the world that when they get in a downslope, they feel like, oh, I gotta work this way to try to help it to get up.
Yeah.
You don't need to. If you put the right amount of loft at setup, proper shaft position, proper like tilts with your body,
Yeah.
you don't need to then go back to help it up. You just understand, like, I've got as much loft as I can. I gotta really, if I go back, now all of a sudden I'm compromising where my club's entering the sand, and that's gonna compromise the actual shot.
Yeah, 100%. And
'Cause
like,
you got, that's #1. You gotta own where you're going into the sand. You have to own that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a good way to kind of visualize all that stuff is just to understand that you almost have to compartmentalize all the different parts of your golf game.
Yeah.
Right? Your driver setup, it's different than your iron setup.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're hitting up on the driver, it's on a tee. Irons, like a 9-iron, you want to hit down on it.
Yeah.
So like you got to compartmentalize driver swing, iron swing, pitch shot motion, bump and run motion, putting stroke, bunker stroke, right?
Yeah.
These are all going to be different, and you got to have your different keys for each of the different compartments. All right, dude. So 50 yards,
Yeah.
super awkward yardage for not only amateur golfers, but PGA Tour players as well. So one of the things that I like to key in on with this 50-yard shot is always that feeling that you are accelerating through. Always feeling like you're bringing speed to the shot. Most people, 50-yard shot, they get set up in their normal like 120-yard shot setup. They get to the top, and then it's like, oh, I'm only supposed to hit this 50 yards.
Yeah.
And then it's like, everything slows down. Contact gets bad, ball doesn't have any integrity on it.
Yep.
So I'd rather you feel like, get the feet a little closer together, you feel like you get to the top, you got some structure here, and it hasn't just gone all the way to here.
Yep.
You get some structure, so that it encourages you to bring some speed, to bring some rotation, to bring some acceleration to the actual impact zone.
Yep. Gotcha. So would you say this is the vanilla shot with a larger backswing?
Larger backswing. Yeah, larger backswing. Ooh, that had a lot of goodness to it.
I'm scared of hitting the camera, so I'm a little...
Yeah, no, dude, that,
Yeah.
I mean, but like you did so much well there, right? And that was the proper ball flight with the right amount of spin. Yeah, you won't hit this over the green with what you just did right there. Nice, dude.
More.
Yeah, I mean,
We're good.
dude, I love that. Right, if you can come up short with this, I know that you can actually give me some speed.
Yeah,
With the
I got you.
with the rotation on the way. Don't get those feet too wide.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Good. Now give me the best rotation you've ever given me. Right here. That's it right there. Watch that ball. Oh, it's spinning backwards.
Oh, that's how you get it.
Yeah, bro. That's how you get spin.
That's how the PGA pros do it. I love it.
Did you try to spin it?
No, I was just...
What were you trying to do?
When you said to get more spin yesterday was just using this speed. And so
Yeah.
structured, speed, and then I guess that was just the outcome.
And that's the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you're trying to get... It's not like I'm telling you like, hey, dude, you gotta like hit straight down on this thing.
Yeah.
It's like, if you just deliver the right amount of speed, bro, you're gonna get plenty of spin.
And if I wanted the same distance, less speed, less spin, it would just be larger backswing. And
Yeah, you would take your time a little bit more.
Take your
It would be like a little bit
Exactly.
more longer, a little more flowy.
Yeah.
Right? Not quite as much like speed on the
Gotcha.
way through. Correct. Remember, I encouraged you, best amount of rotation you've ever given me.
Yeah.
That was that last thing that I said to you.
Yes, exactly.
And you felt like you rotated a ton. The ball's pin high,
yeah,
right?
I mean,
Like
yeah.
you probably felt like you were going to hit it over the green.
Yeah, and I think the main thing is I'm not swinging with my arms as much.
Yeah.
It's just boom,
More body.
body structured.
There you go. Perfect.
Would you say on the release or like the follow through, it's kind of the vanilla shot that's just like here, or
No, it's going to be a little further.
it's gonna be a little further? Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to. If you want to flight it really low,
Yeah.
I would suggest going like that way.
Okay.
If
I
you
see.
want to flight this one high, it's going to feel more up that way.
Okay.
I would say normal would be 50 yards, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Like I would I like to visualize like a Zach Johnson for this kind of a shot.
Okay.
Like his follow through.
Yeah.
Zach Johnson, like where it just feels like it's body, and he just sort of stops it there. Like I think that's a nice visual.
Okay.
Nice. Dude, come
there we go.
on.
Oh.
How good is that, man?
Yeah, it's good.
Right? Come on.
We got to
That's
end on
unbelievable.
that one.
Yeah, that was
That's great.
incredible.
Awesome, man.
Dude, so 50 yard, like tell the people what's your feels, what are your ingredients for that 50 yard shot?
So for there, and I'm just going to compound on the things that I've mentioned before, is the legs just a little more stable, a little more quiet, and then it's just super structured still. Not a lot of hand movements in regards to just being passive. Back, and then using this as the engine to kind of get it through. And then depending on the shot you want to hit, more spin, farther distance, this is either speeding up or being more, I guess, slower down, depending. And then the follow through, again, for me, it's just a little more structured.
Yep.
For me, that just also just makes sense in consistency. And then, yeah, I think that's the main ones.
Yeah, I think when you say structured, I love that word. I use it all the time in my teaching.
Yeah.
But I think for you, it's like structured on the backswing, structured on the through swing.
Yeah.
I think those are great things to kind of picture in your head for you.
Yeah, exactly. Just because for me, I get a little too handsy sometimes in my short game in the past. And so even if it's structured here, I would kind of artificially lift or artificially throw. And so here it's just even keel structured and structured.
Perfect.
And looks, I mean, the result is very more consistent.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Dude,
man.
50 yards is not an easy yardage.
Yeah.
And if you can find a way to understand how far you're carrying it every single time, you'd be in the trees, you'd be like, you know what, rather than trying to hit a hero shot, I'm gonna just chip it down the fairway. And if I have 50 yards, I know exactly how far I can carry my 50-yard shot.
Yeah.
Or if you're on a par 5 and you got, let's say 280, and you're like, you know what, I want to get this up there. I don't mind, it's a back pin, I got a 50-yard shot in my bag. And you can hit that 50-yard shot, and all of a sudden you're getting up and down for par, you're getting up and down for birdie. Changes the momentum. Rather than being like, oh, I'm in the trees, I'm gonna hit a miracle shot through the trees, all of a sudden it's triple bogey.
Yeah.
Or you're at 300 yards and you're like, I'm just gonna lay it up to 120 yards because that's my number, and you don't pay attention on your layup shot, which a lot of us do.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you leave it in the fairway bunker, and you're like, why didn't I just hit it over that fairway bunker rather than? So if you can get a 50-yard shot, 40 to 60-yard shot like dialed in, and you know how far it's carrying every time, dude, it opens up other things for your game.
Oh, awesome. And then last thing, say we're in a different lie, say we're in the rough 50 yards, how would you kind of change it a little bit? Or
Yeah, so I would just add a little piece of steepness there. So I would add a little bit of maybe wrist set, just to get some access, just depending on how deep the rough is. So here, a little bit more wrist set, and depending on if I wanted to go high with it or if I wanted to come out lower would depend on how much I would release it or hold it.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Well, hey guys, Parker, the man, the myth, the legend, thank you so much.
You got it.
Hey, Jerome here. Hope you loved that video. This was honestly one of the most important videos to cut strokes off my game, and hopefully this will help you as well. Parker is going to be the new short game coach for S2 moving forward, and can't wait to continue to train with him in the future. Until then though, check out the video down below. YouTube recommended me to share it with you specifically. They said you would love it. See you there.